Hello there. Welcome to my second anniversary of wet shaving on YouTube. This is my second anniversary shave video. I did a Q&A this past week and posted it earlier today. I really appreciate those of you that came along and for that ride. And I just want to thank you, all of you who came along with me from the start. And so this is 2 years traditional wet shaving on YouTube. And I decided a lot of times when people try to celebrate their anniversaries, they'll go back to like their very beginnings, at you know, and shave with that kind of stuff. And to be quite frank with you, I don't want to shave with a Vanderhagen boar. You know, sorry. So I mean, I'm just saying what I thought I would do instead is just reach into my uh, shave den and just grab the things that excite me the most. Which pretty much what I do on a daily shave when I'm not making a purpose built or purpose made video. And I just reach in and grab what I think I'm going to enjoy. And I thought that I would try to make it special that way. Things that excite me and things that, that I can grab from my den now as opposed to what I had back then. And my first is my brush tonight. And it's my Rooney, the store. Butterscotch Vintage Butterscotch Rooney. It's got a 20 millimeter golden nib 3-band silver tip knot in it. Let me set it over here to soak a bit. And the soap tonight is a soap I haven't used in a long time, but it's one that I love, and I loved and used a lot when I first got it, and that's Maggard Razors Limes and Bergamot. And I've been blooming it so that the scent will fill my bathroom, and it's just a fabulous soap. And so we're going to try that tonight. Let's move on down and start the shave. Really been thinking a lot about this anniversary. My day's been pretty busy. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my vehicle. I believe that it is wheel bearing. It makes a scraping sound when at low speed, 10 miles and under, when in drive and you're moving down the road. It disappears past that speed, but in those speeds, what it does is it's making a screeching sound that sounds like a flock of geese flying over your head, except it's coming from the front end of the vehicle. And I thought at one time just my right side passenger side wheel, but the other day I heard it and it sounded like it was coming from the left wheel, and earlier today it sounded like it was coming from underneath the console toward the center of the vehicle. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I believe that it is a wheel bearing, although everything that I ever saw or heard about a wheel bearing says a bad wheel bearing sounds like a plane trying to take off or trying to land, or it's a roaring type of sound that you hear on the highway at high speeds, and that's not what's going on here. But I've pulled the wheel off, and I've jerked and jerked and jerked on the rotors and the wheel itself, the actual physical wheel, not the tire and wheel, but the actual wheel on the car. It will not budge at all. There's no give. There's no play. I replaced the front brakes, and they weren't bad, but since I went ahead and bought brakes because I thought that's what it was, I went ahead and replaced them anyway. And the sound stopped for like a couple of days, and then it came back just fine. I thought universal, and then I realized that the vehicle is a front wheel drive and it doesn't have a universal joint. It's not popping like a CV joint would pop when you turn. It disappears at highway speeds, but at speeds past about 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour, and when I punch the accelerator, it shimmies and shakes and shivers and all kind of stuff. Vibration really bad. It's got brand new tires on it, so I know that's the tires I find there. They're not even 6 months old. When they put tires on it, it stopped for just a day or two, and then back at it again. I'm at my wit's end trying to figure out what it is, but it's really scaring me because I don't know what it is, but it sounds really, really bad, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna, the wheel's gonna seize up, or it's gonna fall off, something like that when I'm going down the road at 70 miles an hour, and they're gonna pull me out from under that van dead. It's just, I have tried and tried and tried everything I can think of to figure out what's wrong with it, and I'm not a mechanic. I don't have knowledge about working on cars. My mom and dad were divorced when I was 9, and he taught my brothers, but I didn't get the benefit of that, and so I've got hand tools and stuff like that, and it looks like in order to take that thing off and try to replace the bearings, they're press fit bearings, I'm going to need a torque wrench to put everything back together and all kind of stuff. So it's just, yeehaw. But anyway, I'll get it sorted, and don't worry about me. To shave tonight with, we're going to use my G model Schick injector. I looked at it. It was wonderful, shiny, and it said, "Pick me." So I did. If you've never used a Schick injector, I would encourage you to, if you find one, probably find one for under $10 at an antiques place or a thrift store or a flea market, something like that. Should you find one, in good shape, no matter what model it is, if it's short, long, black, cream, whatever, grab it. They are absolutely fantastic razors. Really fun to use. The Maggard Limes and Bergamot is so good. Of course, it's a Maria Harmon soap, so you kind of expect that. Lovely stuff. Highly recommended by me. And this was one of the first really good soaps that I bought for myself. When I began to spend money online instead of sticking with something like Vanderhagen Deluxe or Real Shave Company or C.O. Bigelow or whatnot, and it's still an absolutely fantastic, lovely soap. Smells just incredible. I enjoyed the Q&A. Lots of really familiar people. That's always good. It's just absolutely beautiful. These things, to me, were kind of the precursor to a modern razor. They don't have the floating head or the pivoting head or whatnot in there. They're one nice, stiff, single-edged blade, which means they actually really do a wonderful job as opposed to the 3-bladed and 5-bladed and 500-bladed monstrosities people are shaving with now. But there's a intuitiveness in the way that I really don't believe anybody would have hardly any kind of a problem besides, hey, you use too much pressure, which you shouldn't do. You don't need any with this. But I really would find it hard to think that anybody would have a technique problem as far as trying to find the angle and stuff like that to shave with that razor. Anybody, doesn't matter whether anybody said, hey, you hold it like this or whatever. I just don't find it possible in my mind to think that anybody would have a problem finding the right angle. Well, I want to straighten my chin a little bit. But I mean, it's a wonderfully intuitive kind of razor. I picked it up and had never used one before, and did a shave video with it, having never used one in my life, and it was just dead there. That angle was there immediately, no problems whatsoever. And that's just, they're remarkable razors. Let me dry my face. Well worth picking up and trying. And to top things off, I'm going to use something else from Maria Arman, the 4 Flint aftershave. I think this will go really well with the limes and bergamot and that. So, and it's made by the same person as well. Yeah, that's just absolutely lovely. All right, 2 years of wet shaving here on YouTube. Thank you for being a part of this with me. I hope for many more years and to meet many more people, and just to keep sharing my journey with you as long as you'll have me. Thanks. God bless you all. Later.